Originally, the museum was a glorified trophy room, showing off strange souvenirs of the Heart's creativity. Those early days, it was all about impressing potential investors. Don't seem particularly smart in retrospect, stacking all those powder kegs in a house surrounded by prairie fire. Its final exhibition sure was an impressive display though, even if it was one of unintended consequences. A counter-spectacle of unbecoming. You could see the blast from as far as the chamber penitentiary, they said. But when the Delvers arrived, where a crater should have deeply yawned now stood an impossible expanse of verdant green. It stretched upwards in denial of its own weight. Towering trees, flowers if you could call them that, and grotesque parodies of familiar creatures. A pair of those, right in front of them, was locked in a mortal combat. One was a hulking reptilian brute with razor-sharp claws, the other a winged predator, with both beaks dripping with venomous ichor. The flying one dodged the swipe, its wings morphing for a split second, growing iridescent barbs that mirrored the attacker's claws, and then the ground was sprayed with fresh blood. And the wing thing wasn't just eating now, it was performing a vivisection. Delvers were witnessing biological espionage in real time. Evolution accelerated to a monstrous pace as the thing absorbed its dead prey and, after some deliberation, grew a carapace and flew away.
So, Neve's familiar, perhaps sensing the group's apprehension to enter this jungle, breaks the ice and runs down Neve's arm, jumps off, and runs into the vegetation.
I think there's maybe like a little bee, a dog playing with a squirrel, so the same size, but scaled down would be like a little squirrel playing with a bee. And
that's so cute image.
I think it can pick up on Neve wanting to go into the vegetation, but Neve is a bit like, I should wait for Mallet to go first. But now she's got an excuse to just run off.
Mallet would shout, "Neve, wait!"
But squirrel.
Neve? So I'm
Now
going to...
behind like various vegetation, you're getting like half sentences and stuff.
Yeah, because I imagine it's just like a wall of leaves now, and she's just like vanished into it.
you can only interpret the vegetation that you're encountering, I would say, as experimentation. And there's flowers that seem to be growing on other flowers' petals. There's flowers that start getting recursive. There's meta commentary on flowers. Could you make me a discern roll, please?
That's
and I
not
got a
good.
4.
Okay. You run into a bit of a clearing, and the first thing you see is the rifle pointed at you by a person who, it doesn't seem like she was waiting for you. She seems surprised that anyone is there, though there is a vague recognition look of you, like she seems to be piecing together who you are. She has these like cowboy trousers and a leather vest, black braided hair, and a cowboy hat that she pulls off. Look at here, boys. And when she says boys, she addresses in a mixed gender group, but she's cool like that. She's chill. You know, she just calls her group the boys.
Everyone is boys.
The group, though, is mostly wearing beekeeper accoutrements. They also turn around and point various weapons at you.
Oh. Neve puts her hands up. Just delving. We're just delving.
You're with her, right? And you just guessed, maybe by context clues. When she says her, it's a very spiteful her. You realize immediately that she's talking about Sophina.
Ah. Yes.
In the meantime, you three, I think Silas is constantly bumping into you.
Oh God, I hate
when
it
you're like
more.
going through, assuming that you've also entered the
Yeah,
the-
we're
the wild
wandering
area.
through this forest. Like someone's got something that looks like a machete. I don't know where they got it from, and getting through. And
I'm sorry, I calculated your most efficient route in my head, but you did not take it.
Silas.
Okay, I kind of forgive him for that one. Like, it's good natured.
How concerned are you for the absence of your teammate?
I think Mallet's probably grumbling and shouting ahead. Damn it, Neve. How many times do we have to say when you run off like this, you've got to at least stay within earshot, stay within eyesight?
Hey, she's okay. She's fine. She's practically half tree herself.
One of these days.
She'll be okay.
You're beginning to see creatures growing on trees like fruit. You see this baby deer, maybe
Oh.
20 feet up in the air,
I was going to laugh with a splat.
growing along with several others. The further you go, the less familiar the creatures are. You're seeing beings with way too many limbs and sensory organs, and their tiny brains clearly not handling the pressure of controlling such a complex organism. So you see these multi-limbed beings just kind of stumble. A lot of them immediately die and rot. You also see these massive brains controlling these
Holy
very
shit.
rudimentary worm-like creatures. I think the language of pain, even when it's cross-species, is still more or less obvious. And you see that these creatures are clearly just in agony. But then there's the same kind of big brains worm that has a shade of green, and they seem to be squealing with pleasure, and you're not sure which stimuli causes either, or maybe they're just hardwired.
Is anything paying attention to us, or are we passing through this kind of like without a ripple?
Well, I would either ask for a delve roll or just tell me how you navigate this space.
Are you happy for Mallet to lead?
Yeah.
Mallet's leading.
Mallet's got his phantom lens, which he can use to track stuff. So I think he's going to be using Hunt to track down Neve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're going after Neve. Cool, cool. Yeah, give us a hunt roll.
2 5s.
This is a failure and stress. Give me a d8 stress roll. I'm gonna think of what your stress will be in this situation.
Crap. I rolled a 7, so whatever that is on Fallout.
Okay, 7 is a major fallout die.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Interesting. So, Neve, we'll cut back to you. Give me a reason not to shoot you right here and right now.
And Neve, I guess, takes on her true form and tries to run away.
Oh, God.
Just so you're aware, there's half a dozen people with their weapons drawn. I'm gonna say if you want to do that, I'll let you roll, but this is definitely going to be a dangerous roll because it's not even just one person that has you in their sights. It's multiple people.
You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble.
I like to imagine most of them have the oversized hive tools, the kind of like weird sharp things that you dig into hives with.
Yeah.
Oh, and those like smokers, the little smoker puff things.
Yeah, they've got smokers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're everybody's got.
They're all
some.
just like smoking.
Yeah.
How much does Neve know about Sophina's background?
Very little.
Very little. So the only thing that you know for sure is that her bees don't like you,
Yeah.
right? I think it's a fair.
Are these the same bees? The same vibe of bees?
Yeah, you're getting that these are people obviously somehow connected to Sophina, whether she likes it or not, and they really don't like the heart. And it's nothing personal, but you are of the heart, so they really don't like you.
Do they look at all scared about being here?
When you stumbled upon them, they looked like they were doing the same thing as you, some kind of expedition on some kind of search. We want Sophina.
Did she steal some bees or something?
You could say that. Call out for Sophina, and we'll
She-
let you go.
Doesn't like me. Do you mind if I send my familiar to go look for her?
She takes up a piece of parchment, puts it into your hand, trying not to actually make contact with your skin. Write her a message.
Okay. I found some nice flowers. Smiley face. Is that a good message?
Okay, give it to the squirrel.
My actual plan was after a bit of time, I would use my core ability Crucible. But because I have no Echo Stress, I would take Stress instead. With my Familiar, it takes Echo Stress when I take Echo Stress instead of me. So this squirrel in front of you all just collapses and dies in agony.
Oh my god, in agony.
Yeah, sure, let's put it in agony.
Oh my god.
Okay, and just to be clear, you're using the ability with the explicit purpose of simply killing your familiar.
Of sending a message.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Like the Godfather.
Yeah.
So a squirrel's come up to us with a message in its mouth. We've taken the message and then it's just died.
Yeah. I feel you would understand that, you know?
I'm going to get down and I'm going to just gather up the
What
squirrel.
happened?
I hold it up and show both of you this like limp squirrel.
Did you
wow.
touch it?
I don't know. It just. Oh my god, it's got something in his mouth. I'm going to pull out the soggy bit of paper, I guess. I'm going to hand it to Sophie.
Unfurl this piece of paper and have a read at the wisdom within.
I'm going to cradle the squirrel.
And what does the note say again?
Hi, Safina. There are nice flowers. Smiley face.
Can I make some kind of a discern roll to see what kind of information I'm getting from this?
The squirrel died in agony, correct?
It did.
I think it's a reasonable assumption to make that something's wrong.
Yeah, Neve calls out again, you know, Safina!
Do you want to take points, Safina?
Yeah.
I know I've been thinking about what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do this.
Okay.
I mean, she's calling out for me, I think.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll be right behind you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. I've got this.
Mallet, I've decided on a fallout for you.
Oh.
As Sophina keeps going forward, as you see her, start moving into the direction of where you assume Neve is, you see one of those creatures that, I don't know what we're going to call them, but the one that seems to keep evolving. It descends onto Sophina. You instinctively go for your pneumatic hammer, your trusty weapon, and it's not there.
Oh my god.
Sophina, you have half a second to react to this thing suddenly
Well, this thing's
descending.
just dive bombing me.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna grapple it.
A kill roll or a hunt roll?
That's a 9.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, success with no stress. Make a damage roll, please. And tell me exactly how are you attacking it. Specifically, the reason why I'm asking how are you attacking is because this thing has evolved to pretty much immediately grow a defense against whatever is attacking it.
Well, my skill talks about the fact that when I come into contact with heartborn stuff, it just burns the skin and like melts it away. But also it does that to me as well. Like it's the contact that does it, but it's just that the bees will repair my skin. And the assumption is whatever I'm doing it against doesn't really have that. In this case, I guess it would, perhaps after a delay, it would start to just grow it back.
Okay. Well, you do the initial damage, and it grows its new protection just after it's rolled the damage.
That's 3.
Mallet, you're seeing this. You
It's
go
like-
out there, and I'm gonna say you spend your action on
Yeah.
going for the hammer, and it's not there.
Instinctually, I think me and Lucy are quite tuned in. And I think because of how rapid the cycle of life and death in here is, she's like, she appears and she's like super solid. Like she's here. She is going to laugh and run up to the bug thing and just grab it with both hands.
This was originally going to be a WWE game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about the touch. Oh, highest is 4.
Highest is 4. 4 is a fail, and you'll take stress.
Yep.
So roll a d8 for me to take stress.
6.
Do you have fallout?
Yes.
Is that a
I rolled an 8 and I've got 9 echo.
Okay, so that is going to be a major fallout.
God.
When Sophina attacked the creature, And there was this strange reaction of the creature adapting to Sofina's touch. Whatever happened there with the creature's skin, various planes of existence barging in on itself.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna say that when Lucy goes for the attack, her cheeks suddenly fill with color, her clothes fill with color, and she is just standing there. Lucy's your deaf.
Yeah.
She is now in the world.
Okay.
And we'll cut to Neve. This group of people with the guns pointing at you and everything, they hear commotion. They're kind of like take you into their semicircle, holding you like a hostage, essentially. If you try to do anything funny, you absolutely can, but it's going to be a dangerous role.
Are you going to go help them?
If they all die, that makes our job easier.
Oh,
Mallet's switching to his rifle and his bayonet. And he's going to go for a stab.
Make an attack roll.
He rolled a 6 and a 7.
Take a D8 stress and let me know if you get any fallout.
Yeah, I take 3 stress and I get a fallout. I rolled a 4 on the fallout dice.
This is just not a good day for your equipment. You stab the thing with your bayonet. You successfully make the stab, so give me a damage roll.
So that's 5.
You stab it, and immediately you watch the skin around the bayonet grow metal. You cannot pull the bayonet away at this point. All you can do is just break it off so you still have the rifle in your hands. But the bayonet is now part of the creature. A few of these bayonet-like needles start growing around the armored.
Pretty sure I've got something for this now that it's extremely conductive.
Hey, yes.
Okay.
Spark it up.
I think seeing it heal around me touching it, which is awful to see in the first place, I'm going to switch up and I'm going to just go for a straight stab with my trusty hive tool.
Can you describe this hive tool?
Sure. It kind of looks like a hooked spatula, I guess.
Do you think it could effectively attack what essentially now is an armored ball?
I would say yes, because it's meant to pry apart. Going to try and get like in between the carapace
Fair enough.
bits and stuff.
Make an attack roll.
That's a 10.
10. Okay, that's going to be a crit.
So that's a 3's the highest.
Doubled because of the crit is a 6. And you manage to pry. You see the soft flesh inside. Not very pretty. Looks a bit like inside of a mollusk. But you manage to where it hurts. You hear it make a pained noise. And yeah, I wonder what is it going to grow to prevent that from happening again?
I guess maybe it stops being like a plated carapace and it just becomes this like tortoise shell, I guess.
Yeah, it understood its mistake. Sam, you see that happened.
Mm-hmm.
You see Lucy still just standing there in complete shock. You also see flashes of rifles
Oh, okay.
and a procession. Neve being surrounded by about half a dozen people and a woman leading them.
Do they seem like they are with Neve, or do they seem like they are frog marching Neve?
Neve is clearly the hostage here.
Okay. I am going to run up and I am going to pick up Lucy. Because I'm very worried about her.
I am here. You're this must mean you're dead. I'm here. You're how are you still?
I don't know, but I'm still here for now, I think. And oh God, I didn't actually think you would ever be here.
Could you take a D4 to blood, please, in terms of
Yes.
stress?
1.
As you're talking, you're becoming just the barely perceptibly shade grayer than you were
Yeah.
before. I mean, maybe it is time. Maybe you knew this was going to happen eventually.
You can see that he's just, there's so much to process here. And right now he's just running kind of on adrenaline. So yeah, he's just going to like shove her over his shoulder like in a fireman's lift. And fuck, if he thinks he's almost dying, I think he's going to pause for a second and then he's going to look at the thing, the beast thing. And then he's going to kind of look over at the rifle people and he's going to kick the bee sting, and he's going to run towards the rifle people.
Okay. When you say kick the beast thing,
Just kick it. He's literally just going to go up and be like, 'cause I think he's just running on instincts right now. He's thinking, fuck. And his brain is just doing a little sort of red thread on a board thing. And he's like, right, make the thing attack the things. 2 enemies.
Okay, make an attack roll.
2 4s. So 4.
You run towards the group. They don't know why you're running towards them, so they
Yeah.
just shoot.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like a calculated like death squad, everybody, but at least a couple of people just out of instinct, out of this is a combat situation. Take a D8 to blood stress as one of
Okay.
the bullets grazes you.
Okay, that's 5. And then my D12 is 3. Oh no.
You end up passing through the group, but also one of the bullets does properly hit you.
Yeah.
Before, with your major fallout to your Lucy situation, I was going to make you a D4 blood stress every situation.
Okay.
With this fallout, because you're now also bleeding for real, I'm going to bump that to a D6 per situation.
Okay.
There's a metaphysical wound and a physical wound that you're going to need to take care of.
Yeah. A D6 blood each time.
Mhm.
Each situation.
Well, each scene, basically.
Each scene. Okay.
Neve, what are you doing as you see Sam running towards you? People are shooting.
Don't shoot him. Don't shoot anyone, actually.
Make a compel roll.
A 7.
They will point all of their weapons to the metal ball. We want a hostage negotiation. If you agree, we'll kill this thing for you so we can talk. We want Sofina. We're happy to exchange this one for Sofina.
Are they technically adversaries at this point?
I guess.
They're holding.
Yeah.
I wonder how much resistance they have. I could use Etheric Field and do a guaranteed 5 stress to them, to every adversary in the area.
Damn.
That's amazing.
But it would lock us into.
I think now that they've said Safina's name as well, and also I think it's like they've got close enough that I can tell that, like, they're wearing their Apiarist garb. Like, I know who they are. Like, Safina is panicking and like crawling away on the floor, like trying to get away from them as much as possible.
Okay, Mallet's seeing that, and they've named Safina.
Yeah.
Mallet's looking at his broken rifle, chucking that on the ground, and he's like, screw it. And he's going to reach out and try and use his, that electric jolt that he accidentally did the other day.
Okay.
Which is, it's Etheric Field, and it increases his echo protection by 3, so he's got 5 echo protection, and it deals Helixicum Burst, which deals damage equal to my echo protection when I activate it to all adversaries within the area. So that'd be 5 damage.
Okay. Do you need to roll anything for that?
No, that's the core ability. So I think you see this like jolt of lightning from his sort of gauntleted hand out to I'm going to call it a turtle. The giant turtle, and then it's going to burst like a disco ball out
Oh, that's so
Nice.
cool.
and hit all of the rifle people as well.
Okay. The Apiarists are not warriors. Only their leader is. She has a little bit more, survivability. So I'll say, because we're talking about a pretty significant display of brutal violence. You've just killed 6 people. It's hard to be precise here. I'll say if you want the woman to survive,
I feel like it makes a bit more sense if she survives.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, let's keep her.
she
Let's
can
keep
survive.
you'll need to make very active mental effort that's going to exhaust you. So if you take a D8 to mind stress,
Ah, shit.
Could we retcon that?
what did you roll?
I rolled a 7.
No, we're not retconning.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? This is only the second time Mallet's done this, and the very first time he's done it purposefully, and he was not expecting it to be as brutal. He was thinking, I'll just kill this metal thing and get it out the way. He did not know it was going to disco ball off that and kill everyone else.
Sure.
That's so sick.
Do you take Fallout?
Oh, yes. I rolled a 1, though.
Okay, so minor Fallout. Something that you will probably not notice in the moment, but you will notice a little later whenever you make camp. The way you lost your hammer was annoying. It's and your cold mallets, you're gonna gotta have your hammer, but you still have your rifle. It's not too bad. There is a piece of equipment that you have that serves no practical purpose whatsoever. And as you will find out later, the charge that you let out of this strange electricity just melted that thing completely shut.
So Mallet had sort of hidden, usually underneath his clothing, he has a locket with his lost daughter's face on it.
Oh.
The dead apiarists lie on the ground. I'm going to say in this blast, the creature is also dead. You see another creature rush out of the bushes and kind of just sniff the body and steal a couple of things and then rush away.
Yeah.
The only alive person left, she clearly looks, messed up physically. She's lying on the ground. Her rifle is lying on the ground as well. And she looks to you, Sophina, with absolute hatred in her eyes. Did you ever tell them what you did? Do they know?
I didn't mean for it to happen.
Do they know?
It wasn't my fault.
So they don't know.
Why are you chasing me? Just let it go.
Yes or no?
No.
She looks to all of you. She's a mass murderer. She killed everyone she knew. She betrayed trust. And now you've killed more tonight. I hope you're happy.
You could have walked away. You could have. I didn't ask for any of this.
What is she talking about, Savina?
They're evil. They trapped me. They did horror, and now they're still chasing me.
We fight the heart. That's what we do. She was going to fight the heart with us until the very last moment when she betrayed everyone. You know all those bees she has with her? Each one of them was supposed to be an individual.
They're not gone. They're still here.
You just use them for cheap tricks.
I'd let them go if I could.
What does that mean? I'm getting up and dusting myself off and checking on Lucy. What the fuck?
Just don't listen to her. She's.
You turned bees into people?
All the way around, I think.
You turned people into bees?
They wanted us all to become this. That's what they do. That's what they convince themselves that it's for the greater good, that they all become the collective and become the hive and live forever fighting the heart. It sounds wonderful to some people, but I didn't want any of this.
You didn't have to participate in the ritual. You chose to do that. We merge into the hive because one cannot defeat the heart unless she kind of looks around at the creation of Echo.
So the people aren't actually dead then? You're saying she's a mass murderer, but all the people are bees the exact way that they would have been before?
This is a voluntary process. People merge together they forgo their individualities to become something stronger together. This is how it's supposed to work. And one person of a community is entrusted. And Sophina was one of these people. But they should not have trusted her because we don't just have bees living in us like this abomination. She didn't do it right, and by not doing it right,
Sophina must have had a reason for doing what she did.
Safina can't meet Mallet's eye.
Oh.
The Safina I know would have had a reason.
Maybe you don't know her that well.
We shouldn't trust her. We shouldn't be listening to her. They're all insane.
I agree, but I feel conflicted working with someone I don't trust to hold my back.
Yeah, that was me before. They told me we were working towards something beautiful. That we were gonna save the world. I was happy to give of myself and to become part of something better. Yeah, maybe I am a coward when it came down to it. I just couldn't do it.
So you changed your mind?
Yeah, I couldn't.
That's not your fault. And
In truth, I should have known better. I should have gone through with it, or I should have ran away better.
from what I know of you, you're not a coward. You must have had your reasons. Like,
What? That makes me a braver person because I couldn't let go of myself for the greater good.
no, it just makes you a person.
What did I even want? I wanted to become this. I wanted to crawl around in mutated forests rather than be part of something. What did I have to hold on to? She's right.
Sometimes these people can be very good at making it seem like, you're the bad one and they're the good one and everything they did is right. And I mean, I know a Khan when I see a Khan.
I mean, of course you'll say that you're the biggest coward there is.
See, she's trying it right now on me.
I think we're focusing on the wrong thing. I want to focus on Sam and how he's a coward because I
Oh,
think
for God's
he's even
sake,
worse than
Lucy.
you.
You are looking a little grey, Sam.
Yeah, I kind of am bleeding underneath my coat.
It's not just bleeding. He's because I'm here. I'm his death.
That's not how it's gonna go. We're gonna make it different.
The thing is, what I've been thinking a lot about this, seeing how Sam's a coward. At some point, you got to make this choice. And what you've two done is you've refused to make a choice. Instead of, choosing life or death, you both chose not to choose. And you both exist in these half-life states, which is for cowards. What you're supposed to do is you choose. If you don't make the choice is made for you.
At least you have a choice.
Well, not really. I'm gonna die eventually anyway.
What do we do with her?
I don't know. She's kind of. I think that's up to you. We could turn her into bees. We could kill her.
I think
Sorry, is it too soon?
She's going to die unless we help her.
Yeah, I think Neve's assessment is right. She is in a bad way. Her supplies are burned.
Does she look like she's in pain?
Probably. I mean, she has electrical burns and stuff.
I think, yeah. Safina goes up. I just wanted to be left alone. I guess Safina's going to try and put her out of her misery.
Safina, you can't take this back. Whatever happened in the past, we have to think about how we go forward now.
I already can't take any of it back. And what am I meant to do?
I think we have to think of what's right in the moment. Like earlier, we were in immediate danger, but she is not a threat to us right now.
She is a threat, and they are a threat to anyone who wanders near them. But most of all, she is suffering and dying, and yeah, I can't keep taking the coward's way out.
Sometimes being extreme is not the opposite of being a coward. Right? I'm going to look at this, Lucy. I'm going to look back.
Well, you'll be the expert. Did I tell you Sam is the biggest coward there is?
Yeah, you've said it several times. Thank you very much, Lucy.
And I don't think he showers, ever.
That's not true.
Safina's going to look at Mallet searchingly and hand off a hive tool and start walking away.
Mallet's going to put the hive tool on his utility belt and go down and attend to the...
I'll say whoever wants to do that is going to take a D8 to supply stress, representing, you sharing your water, medical supplies, whatever you have.
I am also kind of in a bad way, so maybe we can kind of find somewhere for both of us. My fingertips are starting to turn black. Could I use my trusty compass? So I have a compass that has the 4 traditional cardinal directions and then a 5th direction. And that points towards the nearest haven.
There is not only a nearest haven that the compass acknowledges, there is also a direction where the compass, best I can say, is confused.
Mhm.
It skips it. The arrowhead kind of whirls around.
Okay. Can I infer what that means?
You've never seen this. The best you can assume is that there is no heart there,
Oh.
which doesn't quite make any sense to you in the moment. All you know is there is something weird going on.
I'll relay that. It's not really pointing to a haven, but there's a weird kind of space. I don't know. It's like skipping.
Um,
I hit it a few times and try and get it to work. Nope. Still.
Could be Echo.
Oh shit, yeah. I mean, he fixed it. He fixed the train. Maybe, and he created this.
Makes sense why they were so obsessed with him if he can...
Fine, let us patch up our lovely lady friend and then we'll leave. I also take the supply stress.
Okay, take a D8 stress then. And
It's only a 1 stress.
okay,
Oh, amazing.
you poor creature, you know that this is the end for you. This machine came to destroy this awful, awful thing that is the heart, and it will destroy you.
That's okay. I feel like my ending happened a week ago. I'm just carrying on afterwards.
Oh,
Maybe I'll find something else to do. But it's not going to be anything to do with you.
okay. So you give your supplies to the woman. What are you guys doing now?
I take 4 blood damage.
we head. Sam, you leading the way?
If we're following this gap in the compass, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
can I use my dimensional barometer?
What is that?
What the?
I would imagine it's a way of detecting unheart, very literally.
Okay.
That
hey,
it's like B tools. It's like a weather tool, but for the distinction between heart and not heart.
That's so cool.
either of you make a delve roll, but because you have both of those, I'm going to count those as extra dice, basically.
A 6, so I'll count that as a 10.
I think if this were a movie, this would be a montage of traveling that is just takes a long time, but nothing actually happens to give you space to process all the emotions that was happening. So, it's a long montage, but also nothing happens.
When we've got a little bit halfway through the walk, I think he's going to be starting to get a little bit green looking. And I think he'll stumble over to Neve and be like, Neve, can you help me?
Maybe.
I'm going to open up my coat and you can see that there's a gunshot wound, but it's gray rather than black.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's really weird.
It's growing too. It's getting bigger and bigger.
It really fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me. I'll see. Neve rummages through a pack and picks out a intricately carved totem of you.
Oh, wow.
Just it looks like you made of wood.
For a minute, he breaks his character of just oh, fuck, wow.
Um,
and then goes back to,
Look him in the eyes,
okay, look it in the eyes.
and then Neve channels a bit of magic, and this little totem takes on your gunshot.
Oh.
Like it starts to develop a little grey wound, and you heal a blood stress.
A D6. is
D8.
it? D8. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, get rid of all of it. For now. So yeah, you see that
You think this is a good solution to your problem?
it's working for now. And I think you'd see that the bullet wound is still kind of there, but the grey has receded
Oh.
back into it.
Yeah, you still got a bullet wound there.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that with wooden totems.
You can see for a minute there's like a massive flash of fear in his eyes. But you can keep it. Can you keep it away for now?
For now,
Okay.
these take a lot of work to carve. You're lucky I had one of you prepared.
Thank you. And I'm going to give it back.
I'm the one who's supposed to be playing with dolls.
You can have it then.
I'm okay.
Thank you.
Finally come to a clearing around this one larger oak tree. At the oak tree, there is a man, and you're pretty sure that this is where your compass is pointing towards this man. He looks like one of the apiarists. He must be part of the same exhibition. Maybe they got separated before. Before you see him, you would hear his cries. He sounds like the saddest man you've ever met. And as you come closer, you notice that the case of a missing heart is manifested here quite literally, because there is a big black hole in his chest that he's sort of cradling.
Excuse me, sir.
He doesn't seem to see you. He looks right through you.
What's the matter?
It took the heart away.
Well, that explains the compass.
You get a distinct impression that the physical reality almost that you and he inhabit is different. You're pretty sure that by the way he occupies the space, there is no jungle for him. He doesn't see the animals around. You are ghosts.
Where is it? Who did this?
The machine. It went where it all started. It went to the sane asylum. You are aware that the sane asylum is a location somewhere in Ideology Town. Sane asylum, one of the theories is where this heart started, because first heart was just a thing that some people saw, and they were put into an insane asylum. And then the whole town started seeing the thing because it spread out of this sane asylum to the whole town that contains that place. Sam,
Yes.
could you make me... Do you have occult?
No.
Do you have cursed?
Yes.
Could you make me a cursed plus discern roll?
2 1s and a 2. So as bad as it could be.
So critical fail. I will not give you stress because I called for this roll. This is
Okay.
not something that you were going to do.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. This makes sense to you.
Okay.
This guy somehow doesn't have a heart in him.
Yeah.
If you killed him, you would be able to get back into the gray again and put Lucy there. There's just a negative plus negative becomes a positive somehow. It's just this weird thing. If you killed this guy, it would open your access to the gray where you could put Lucy again.
Okay. Right. Looking at this guy, he is literally missing his heart.
Yeah, to you, he looks like he just has this jagged hole in his chest, and it's
Yeah.
just black inside.
Yeah. I'm tempted to. I'm so fucking conflicted.
Well, it's just trying to offer him water while you're debating murder.
He drinks, and the water just pours out from his chest.
Oh, maybe I didn't need to see that.
Yeah. You're saying that I'm getting the idea that if I kill this guy, it'll suck Lucy back into the grey.
Yeah.
What kind of read am I actually getting from him, though? Is he actually alive?
He's the saddest man on earth.
I can read auras, and his is very blue.
Okay. I'm going to speak to him just for a minute. I'm not going to lie, pal. This is not looking good. I can take you somewhere it's not like being alive, but after a little while, it's not like being anything.
He looks up to you confused, and you can't quite tell if it's because of the content of what you said is confusing,
Yeah.
or just because anything that you say would be inherently
Yeah.
confusing because he can't quite hear you right anymore. So he just sort of
Yeah. I'm saying I can kill you.
Why?
Because I don't think that you're going to be alive again.
You see Lucy sit on his shoulder. He doesn't seem to at all flinch or even like notice her weight. Wow. So you just want the guy to give you an okay to kill him. Is that what's going on right now? You want him to say
He can say no.
you want him to say that he's real sad and that killing him is a wow. You are something. You are something.
He can say no.
He can say no. That is
If
that
he
is-
says no, that's fine. Lucy, this is...
At least Sophina, she didn't tell nobody. She just fucking boom and everyone's dead.
Lucy, shut up.
You can see his hands like clutching where he has the wound in his side. And you see him be like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I gotta do this. And he's gonna take a switchblade from his pocket and he's gonna unfold it, and it's kind of covered in these like intricate runes. And he's gonna hold it up to him as if he's like pointing at him. I can't do this. I'm sorry, man. We're all gonna die anyway, and I can't even kill you. I can't do this. I can't kill you. Like, I'm sorry. I can't help you. Like, none of us can help you. I'm sorry. And then he's gonna put the knife away and he's gonna walk off.
Okay. As you turn away from the man, you don't see it. The camera sees it. A tiny, tiny seed where the blackness is, and the tiny, tiny green sprout cracks through it. But you leave the guy. I thought, you want to end somewhere cool. You want to end on like, the action scene or some kind of cliffhanger. But it doesn't feel right considering how heavy the episode was, and that it was mostly you dealing with guilt and death.
Just a little bit.
I think this one just ends with you walking through the forest, and the forest representing Dante Divine Comedy shit. You're lost in the woods.
I imagine that the shot perfectly mirrors us, like reasonably happy and jovial, wandering into the forest and then just leaving broken.
Yeah.